America, we are back, baby. Welcome to another episode of America Unfiltered with James Pascalides. We got a great show for you tonight, everyone. We're back on Monday. I'm excited to be back. We got a lot of things to talk about, but it's not going to be what I originally planned to do. So, over the weekend and all through the day today, I was preparing for my show, and I was preparing to condemn what happened to Dave Portnoy. I don't think it was good optics. I don't think it was smart. I talk about low IQ antisemitism a lot. I talk about how we can question organized Jewry, how we can question the Israel lobby. We can question the power within our country that is working against Americans. But just blatantly attacking somebody just for being Jewish, I talk about that a lot and how it is just low IQ antisemitism that we will not condone. And something happened today that made me change the script, or not the script, because I don't write a script for the show, but made me change the tone for the entire show. The man who screamed at Dave Portnoy, what he screamed was, "Fuck you, Dave, fuck the Jews," and he threw some coins at his feet. He was trying to make a joke. Obviously, didn't go over well, and obviously it wasn't a smart one, but this man was arrested for this, and this changed everything. I was originally going to completely condemn this. I was originally going to talk about this at full length during the show today. But now I have decided we are going to talk about the hypocrisy of a lot of these things. We are going to talk about how free speech is dying in America. See, I don't think this person should have done this. Like I said, it was stupid, low IQ anti-Semitism. It was kind of fucking terrible in a lot of ways. Again, he's doing a pizza review and somebody wants to come up and just scream something like that at him. But for someone to be arrested and charged with disturbing the peace over using their First Amendment rights is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever fucking seen. And it, again, just reestablishes and it really vindicates people like me who says, who really runs America? Because if this guy ran up and he said, "Fuck the Muslims," and he said it to a Muslim person, do you think he would have been charged? If he said, "Fuck the Christians," to a Christian, do you think he would have been charged? No, because that shit happens daily. It happens all the time, all across America. You even have people like Loomer tweeting out, "Fuck the Muslims." But no, you scream, "Fuck the Jews" to Dave Portnoy, and immediately you get arrested. So we're going to talk about that a lot today. That's going to be the featured story of the night. This young man who is now having his life ruined over something stupid. And again, I don't agree with what he did. I find the entire thing to be really dumb. But at the same time, we have to call out bullshit like this when we see it. We can't have people getting arrested for using their First Amendment rights. We're going to speak about that at length today. We're also going to be speaking about Laura Loomer's decision. Laura Loomer has been, over the last few months, not just the last few months, over the last few years, decades even, has been saying America should keep funding Israel. It benefits America to fund Israel. Only to change her mind today out of fucking nowhere. Today, she comes out on Twitter and says we should stop funding Israel. So we're going to break down her true intentions behind saying America should stop funding Israel. It's probably the first thing I agree with when that came out of Laura Loomer's mouth, but her intentions are what we really have to look into and talk about today. And then I also want to talk about these new plans that Donald Trump is laying down about a 50-year mortgage and 15-year car loans. They're trying to enslave us for life, and if you can't see this, you're too fucking stupid. If you're celebrating a 50-year mortgage or a 15-year car loan, go fuck yourself. Honestly, you're a retard. I cannot say that enough. You are a literal fucking retard and a waste of life if you think that this is a good idea. If you think enslaving yourself for life is a good idea. So we're going to talk about all this today. We have a great show for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy. I want to remind everyone to please like, smash the follow button, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the show. We'll be responding to comments at the end of the show today. And please remember to join our Telegram channel. Just scan the code up there. Stay updated on all things America Unfiltered and America First related. But we got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to get right into the show. I do want to talk a little bit about this Dave Portnoy thing to start. Again, it's one of the most ridiculous things. When I saw this I shouldn't phrase it that way. When I saw this happen, I saw it on Instagram. I saw a clip of it, and I immediately put right on my Instagram story. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys know this, but I put on my Instagram story, this is low IQ anti-Semitism. We cannot have people just saying, fuck the Jews to Dave Portnoy just because he's Jewish. If you want to criticize Dave on his takes about Israel or the things he said should happen to Greta Thunberg, that's one thing. If you want to criticize Dave because he has created a gambling addiction or has fed into the gambling addiction that is rising among young men in this country, that's another thing. If you want to criticize Dave about the hedonism he promotes, that's a very acceptable thing as well. I denounced immediately the person who was criticizing Dave Portnoy just for being Jewish. Again, we speak a lot about the Israel lobby and organized Jewry on this show. We speak a lot about the organized power within this country from the Jewish community to try and say that the Great Replacement Theory is racist or that Turning Point USA is a hate company. That's what the ADL said themselves. I find the entire thing to be pretty crazy that somebody says, fuck the Jews, and then gets arrested for it, though. That's where you got to draw a you got to draw a line in the sand right there. I mean, because it's just using free speech. Again, people have said, fuck you to me. People have said all sorts of crazy things to me. I've even got death threats in my DMs. Am I allowed to just press charges against these people? Maybe for a death threat, but for someone saying fuck you, for someone saying they disagree with me, for someone making a joke about me? No, that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. This young man made a shitty joke. And yes, it was a really shitty joke that I do not agree with. I even condemned it on my Instagram. But now today, this person is facing charges of disturbing the peace. And I'm going to show you guys the clip today. We're going to go over it. Because how the fuck is it disturbing the peace? He says, fuck the Jews to Dave. He throws a couple coins at Dave's feet, doesn't attack Dave in any way physically, and then immediately following about 10 people, 5-10 people, scream, fuck you to this individual who said this at first. They screamed, fuck you, 10 times louder than he said, fuck the Jews to Dave, but somehow he gets charged with disturbing the peace. I don't think anyone should be charged. I'm not trying to make an argument that those other people should be charged for saying fuck you. They're well within their rights to do that. But for you guys to charge this person for just using his right to free speech is absolutely ridiculous. And it just vindicates us when we say who really runs this country, who runs the judicial system, who runs all of America. It is the organized Jewry within our country that is trying to tell us that we're racist, that we want to be a majority white country. It is the people in our country who want to replace this in our society. It is the people who are against Christian nationalism, against Christians in general. We're going to dive into all this today. I do want to show you guys the video because it really fucking pissed me off to see this person getting arrested for using their free speech rights. I mean, we have people in Los Angeles saying some of the most fucked up things at some of these protests, saying ICE agents should die, saying terrible, terrible things about Donald Trump, about people within the government. They celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. Did those people get charged with disturbing the peace? No, they didn't. It is something that you can criticize anybody in this country, but you criticize the Israel lobby, you criticize Jews, you criticize anything related to that, and your life will be absolutely fucking ruined. That is what they're making clear. They're making a statement of this. And I want to urge all my viewers, again, I don't agree with what this person said. I don't think it was okay what they did. Like I said, I completely condemned it immediately upon seeing the video of it happening. But I'm going to urge all my viewers, if you have extra funds, if you are able to, we need to start a GoFundMe for this guy. We need to do something because First Amendment rights are protected in this country. We cannot have them be violated by a corrupt judicial system that's just trying to protect a small group and lobby of people that is trying to control the American government and control American politics. We are seeing this now happen on X. We're seeing, like, my entire fucking my For You page is literally all Zionist propaganda bullshit. We could see the information war starting. We could see the attacks in real time from them, that they are being relentless. And they're following directly Charlie Kirk's orders that Bibi Netanyahu laid out in that 8-page letter to Bibi Netanyahu on how to rape American politics, how to rape the American system with misinformation. that they have to create all these accounts and start attacking people in the comments, start attacking people and trying to discredit them. That is exactly what Charlie Kirk laid out in that letter. But I'm going to go to this video. I want to show you guys this because, again, it really upset me that this person got arrested for this. And again, I'm upset as well that someone did something like this. Not only is it bad optics for the America First movement, but it is just low IQ anti-Semitism. I say all the time, criticize organized Jewry, criticize bad practices, criticize the Israel lobby, but don't just walk up to a Jewish person and say fuck you to them for being Jewish. That's the most retarded fucking thing I've ever heard. And anyone doing that, I completely condemn them. But at the same time, I will defend their right to do so. I will defend their right to speak their fucking mind. Because the second we start limiting that person's right to speak their mind, then it's your right. Then it's my right. And it's not just going to be about them. Eventually, it will be about all sorts of things. And we'll find ourselves in a situation like the UK, or like in Europe, or like in Canada, where you are getting jailed for social media posts, jailed for voicing your opinions. I mean, a woman got raped by an immigrant in the UK, and she's facing more fucking jail time for what she said about the immigrant in a group text than him actually raping her. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what's coming to America if we allow this to continue. We are right now at a critical point. We cannot allow this power to continue. We cannot allow them to hold this power over us. And if that means that I have to take the side of the guy getting arrested, even though he did something I completely disagree with, that's what the fuck it means. And I'm not on his side about what he said, but I am on the side of free speech exists for a reason, and we will make it so it is impossible to take it away. We have the Second Amendment right to defend the First. We have every right in this country to speak our minds. As long as you are not threatening violence against a person, you have the right to say whatever the fuck you want about anybody. That is your right as an American. I could walk up to you, tell you to go fuck yourself for absolutely no fucking reason. And I'm not saying there might be no consequences. You could slap me. You could take a video of it, put it on social media. You could do whatever the fuck you want like that. But actually, you really can't slap someone because that's assault, although they could. Then they could get charged for that. But you guys get my point. You have the right to say and do whatever the fuck you want in America. That is your legal right, as long as you are not threatening violence against somebody. And they are trying to take that away from us right now. They are trying to strip us of all our rights as Americans. And they are starting with the First Amendment right now. The First Amendment is under attack. This person did not threaten Dave. He did not act violently towards Dave. As he was passing by, threw some coins at Dave's feet as he was doing a pizza review and said, "Fuck you, Dave, fuck the Jews." And then immediately, a group of people all started swarming around him. They said, "Fuck you" to him as he was walking away. And this young man, he was about 20 years old, got charged with disturbing the peace. The entire thing is crazy. We're going to go into this video, though. I want to show you guys this because this is so fucking ridiculous. And we cannot have them violating our free speech in this country. Again, I don't condone what this person did. I think anybody doing shit like this is really fucking retarded and stupid. But at the same time, he has the right to do it. The same way Laura Loomer has the right to say she wants Muslims deported from the United States. The same way I have the right to call Randy Fine a fat, worthless fuck. The same way everybody had the right to criticize Donald Trump. The same way everybody has the right to criticize whoever the fuck they want in America as long as they're not doing it violently. We need to protect that. Because the second they take that away is the second our government becomes a tyrannical system that we need to overthrow. And I do not want to get to that point. So we're going to watch this video real quick. This is the video of the person saying this to Dave Portnoy as he's doing his pizza review.
I like it. Hey, fuck the Jews! Fuck you, Dave Portnoy.
Not cool.
Why you come in the camera, buddy? Why you come here?
Oh my gosh. That was awful.
Hey, fuck you, pussy! Fuck you!
Go away.
Bitch! Fuck you!
Hey.
I like it. Hey,
Them
fuck the
screaming,
Jews!
"Fuck you,
Dave.
pussy, fuck you" to this guy was 10 times louder than what this guy said, when it came to the actual volume of their voices, but he was charged with disturbing the peace. And again, back to what I said earlier, I'm not making the argument that the other people should be charged as well. Although if you're going to charge this kid, you definitely better charge the other ones. I'm making the argument that nobody should be fucking charged because this is fucking America. This isn't a communist state. This isn't a land where we have a lack of free speech. We have all the free speech we want in the world. And they are trying to take that from us, and they are trying to do it subtly. They're trying to say, oh no, there's a rise in anti-Semitism. We can't have people doing this or else it's going to lead to more attacks. Like, no, fuck you. I have the right to criticize whoever the fuck I want. I have a right to say whatever I want to whoever I want as long as I am not threatening them. And this is the article right here. Dave Portnoy's alleged heckler has been arrested and charged in Mississippi. I'm going to even click on it. We're going to read some of this. A young man accused of throwing coins and yelling, "Fuck the Jews" at Dave Portnoy outside a Mississippi pizza shop has been charged in the high-profile case. High-profile? Like, what the fuck? Brandon Lovelady, public information officer from the Starkville Police Department, tells TMZ officers arrested 20-year-old Patrick McClintock on Monday and charged him with disturbing the peace. On Friday, cops became aware of the viral video showing the altercation and they issued an arrest warrant. McClintock posed for a mugshot, staring blankly into the camera while wearing a button-down shirt. Like, why the fuck is that even in the article? As for the alleged crime, Lovelady tells us every person has a right to feel safe and respected in our community. Offensive words alone are protected, but when behavior disrupts a public event or risks public violence, the Starkville Police Department will take steps to maintain safety and security. What do you mean a public event? Did Dave have a permit to shoot right there on the fucking sidewalk? Does he own the sidewalk? Is that his personal land? Did this guy step on Dave's land and insult Dave? No, Dave is on a public street. This guy went up, and again, he did something I don't necessarily agree with, but he did something that he has the right to do. You have the right to say things to people as long as you are not inflicting violence or saying that you want to commit violence against them. So again, I hate the fact that I have to defend this person because, again, I disagree with what they did. I even condemned it on my Instagram immediately following it. But at the same time, free speech is 10 times more important than the feelings of Dave fucking Portnoy. Dave Portnoy, the same guy who has got millions addicted on gambling and promotes it every fucking day. Dave Portnoy is not a great person, and I'm somebody who is late to that party. I'm someone who, in the past, was kind of a fan of this guy, only to realize how much of an asshole he really was. And part of that is when I saw the video of him saying that Greta Thunberg should be fucking bombed. That's literally a quote from his mouth. He's like, Jews are under attack, but we need to bomb this little white girl. Like, fuck you. Portnoy and his Barstool crew were in town ahead of the Mississippi State versus University of Georgia football game when he was filming one of his one-bite pizza reviews when the incident went down. Just yesterday, the Barstool founder appeared on CBS Sunday Morning saying he's experiencing daily anti-Semitism. Again, Dave Portnoy is... I don't know if he's the one who pressed charges or if there is some corrupt DA in the state or what the fuck is going on here, but this is not okay that free speech is under attack. Free speech is one of the most important things in America, if not the most important. And the second we lose free speech, the second they start arresting people for using their voice, they will arrest you, they will arrest me, they will arrest anybody they disagree with, anybody who says something hateful in their eyes. Is it hateful when I criticize Muslims? Is it hateful when I criticize Jewry in America? Is it hateful when I criticize the problems that happened within the Catholic Church? Because nobody would say anything about those other things, but if I criticize things that happen within the Jewish culture or the Jewish lobby or the Israel lobby, somehow it's a huge fucking problem. I talk about this all the time. You could criticize literally anybody in America, but the second you criticize organized Jewry, bad practices within the religion, or you criticize the country of Israel itself, you get a label put on you. You get called an anti-Semite. They try and ruin your life. The ADL writes articles about you. The SPLC tries to fuck everything you ever worked for. These are problems we have in today's society. And for anyone who's like, oh, no, they don't have an absurd amount of power in America. They're not protected in America like everyone says. What the fuck is this then? What the fuck is this then? Because this young boy who, again, made a stupid fucking thing, a stupid joke when he was 20 years old, or even if you don't want to call it a joke, because people are going to be like, oh, it wasn't a joke. I know I'm going to get that fucking comment from people. He did a stupid act at 20 years old. How many of you never did something fucking stupid at 20 years old when your brain wasn't even fully developed yet? And again, it's not me trying to defend this, but this person should not be in jail. This person should not be arrested and have a criminal fucking record for just using his right to freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is under attack in this country, and if we don't stop it, we are next. We have to be willing to push ourselves to the absolute limit. We have to be willing to be relentless. We have to be willing to never give in, never fold under pressure. I would have said to this person before he was arrested, if he never was, you should maybe apologize. That wasn't a great idea. As this person now, do not fucking apologize. Do not stand down. Use your First Amendment rights, and I'm not telling you to go do this again, but use your First Amendment rights to express how they took this, you doing something stupid when you're 20 years old, and they make you out to be the biggest villain in the world. They want to take your rights to free speech away and arrest you for using your right to free speech. Again, this is something that is fucking disgusting to me. We are losing America in real time, and to anyone who doesn't think it's happening, it is fucking happening. People are being arrested for freedom of fucking speech in this country, for using their voices. They are being arrested. They are being ridiculed. They're being mocked. And again, they can be ridiculed. They can be mocked. But to be fucking arrested and stripped of your dignity, that's so fucked up and corrupt. And if Dave Portnoy doesn't come out and say this person should not be arrested, I will lose the minuscule ounce of respect I have for this guy left. I will lose every fucking ounce of respect that I ever had for him. And I will start a war over this. Not a literal physical war, but a media war. Because this is so fucking ridiculous that the owner of this multi-billion-dollar company, or multi-million, whatever the fuck it is, Barstool Sports, is allowing this kid to get arrested and have the rest of his life ruined because Dave disagrees with his choice of words and what he did that day. He didn't fucking threaten you. He didn't threaten violence against you. He didn't attempt to assault you. He said something that was off color, that wasn't a great thing to say at the time, that had nothing to do with your pizza review at the time, and he does not deserve to be in jail for it. Again, I don't want to have to defend this kid because I don't agree with what he did, but I do agree that he has a right to fucking do it. It's so fucking ridiculous. It's the double standard in our country where you cannot criticize Israel or anything related to it, but you can criticize America. You get, like, if this person walked up to anyone else and did this that wasn't Jewish, no fucking issues. I promise you. If you walked up to a Christian and said it, no issues. If you walked up to a Muslim and said it, no fucking issues. But he walked up to a Jew and said it, and immediately his life is fucking ruined. It's like you could burn an American flag in America and nothing will happen, but you burn an Israel flag and it's a fucking hate crime. You could be an immigrant coming into this country and you could say the American system's corrupt, I don't like this, this, and this, and nothing happens, but you criticize Israel as a immigrant in this nation, you're getting fucking deported, apparently, according to the government. There is a double standard that exists that protects the Jewish people over regular Americans, that protects the Israel lobby over regular Americans, that protects the Zionists over regular Americans, and it needs to stop. It's such fucking bullshit what's happening in this country that a young man is going to have the rest of his life ruined with an arrest record because of this. If you want to try and ruin this person's life in the media, that's a different story because people do bullshit like that all the time. But tying an actual arrest record to this, arresting this person and putting a criminal charge on him for using his fucking words, and not even violently, just using his words, expressing his opinion, whether I agree with it or not, he has the fucking right to that. It's written on his heart. He was born in America, he is an American citizen, and he has the right to use his American rights to free fucking speech. And if you disagree with that, go fuck yourself. You could disagree with what he said. You could disagree with him throwing coins at his feet. You could think it's disgusting. You could think it's despicable. You could think it's condemnable. But you cannot argue that this person should be arrested. And for anyone who wants to take that side and say this person should be arrested, feel free to comment and tell me why. And I will read your comment on the show tomorrow and I will rip you to fucking pieces over it because that is bullshit. I don't hear any single fucking Jew criticizing me in America when I say that Muslims need to be deported and shouldn't be taking over Dearborn, Michigan, or that a socialist Ugandan Muslim fucking asshole shouldn't be running New York City. I don't hear any Jews up in arms about that or complaining about that or saying, like when I said fuck the Muslims on my show, I don't hear anybody saying, oh, he should be arrested. But no, you say fuck the Jews to Dave Portnoy in public, you get fucking whipped, you get shamed, you get put in fucking jail for it. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this? Is this America anymore? Do we even live in a free nation? Do we live in a nation where you have the right to speak anymore, or are we losing that? This is so fucked up. I do want to keep going on to some other topics, but to wrap this one up, again, anybody who, I'm not saying you have to agree with what he said or did, but anybody who is willing to donate to this person's GoFundMe, we need to do something to protect free speech. And if that means we have to help get this person out of prison, bail him out, pay his legal fees, whatever it is, we're willing to do it. We are not willing to stand idly by and let us get fucked as free speech is taken from us in real time. Because again, I watch people spit on Christians. I watch people say the most vile, disgusting things to Muslims. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But at the same time, I never see anybody getting arrested for it. I never see anybody getting arrested for shit like that because this is America and you have the right to speak your fucking mind freely. You have the right to criticize groups. You have the right to speak your mind as long as you are not acting violently. And this person was not. And if you want to say, oh, yes, he was, I dare you. Watch that fucking clip one more time. Go back in the show, watch it, or go on your X feed and watch it and tell me one way that that person acted violently. Because fuck you, you're making it up. That person did not act violently. He did something stupid, something, again, that I'm not going to condone. But at the same time, I respect his right to do it. I respect his right to be able to speak his mind. And again, I was going to come on the show today and I was going to try and say, hey, what this person did was terrible. I'm glad Dave Portnoy didn't assault him back. I'm glad that in America, there's allowed to be disagreements and nobody is in trouble for it. And we need to condemn low IQ anti-Semitism. The entire show today was originally planned around low IQ anti-Semitism, how it exists in America, and how we need to root it out so we can actually push the real America First movement forward. Because the America First movement is not about hating anybody. It is about wanting American sovereignty. It is about wanting Gen Alpha, Gen Z, and Millennials to get unfucked because we have been looted, robbed, and raped of our rights. We have been looted, robbed, and raped of all financial success in this country. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but what I am saying is homes are unaffordable, car premiums are bullshit, student loans are going up and the interest rates are raping us, college degrees are fucking worthless, AI is replacing us in real time, foreigners are replacing us in real time, foreign nationals buy too many homes in America. These are the problems we have to deal with, and people just saying fuck the Jews to Dave Portnoy is not helping the cause. But people arresting people for shit like that is 10 times fucking worse. And if you can't see that, you're not a fucking real American. If you can't see that we all have a right to freedom of speech, and if you arrest somebody for using that it will lead to bigger issues, no offense, you're too much of a fucking retard to be listening to this show. You're too much of a retard to even exist. You lack the critical thinking skills to be a real fucking person. You're no better than an NPC. You are a fucking retard if you can't understand that. This shit gets me so pissed off because again, I criticize people all the time. All the fucking time I criticize people. Nobody can arrest me for it though. It is my right to criticize people. It is my right to speak my fucking mind. The same way it was this young man's right. And we don't have to defend every way that everyone does it. But what we do have to defend is freedom of speech. So again, all the people who are the Israel shills in the comments on this show, all the people who constantly disagree with me, I want to see where you stand on this because I know where you stand on the original video. I know you're going to be like, that's a terrible attack that happened to Dave Portnoy. I know what you're going to say about it, but tell me what you think about him getting arrested because he used his freedom of speech. Because I've heard some Jewish people say some crazy, terrible things. Should Randy Fine be arrested for saying that all the Palestinian children should be killed? Because that's what he said. Should it be fine? Should he be arrested when he tweets out a picture of a dead baby and says, send me another? Because this is fucking bullshit what's happening. This is bullshit that we're being stripped of our rights. We're being raped, robbed, and looted in real time. I'm so fucking mad about it. I do want to go on to our next topic. We've been on this one for 30 fucking minutes now. We are going to move on. But this entire thing is fucking bullshit. It's insane what they're doing. This is again, you guys can see it's a fucking long post, but we're going to read this today and I want to go over it. We're going to break some of it down, debunk some of it, and we're going to go over her true intentions. This is Laura Loomer's post about why America should stop funding Israel. She goes, after spending this last week in Israel and along the Syrian border, I've reached a firm conclusion. Israel must end its dependence on U.S. aid, and the U.S. must end all aid to Israel. Oh, finally, this dumb bitch says something I agree with. I truly hope by the end of the Trump administration and by the beginning of a new administration in 2028 that we see zero aid flowing to Israel. First thing I want to acknowledge is it's not just the aid, because $3.8 billion is not that much. I mean, again, it is a ton of money to most people, normal people. It'd be a ton of money, like that's life-changing money to anybody. But my point is, in the grand scheme of our national budget and our yearly budget, it's not a ton of money. Where it really gets to be a problem is the military support. Although the aid is a problem, the military support is what the real problem is and what causes the most financial stress on the United States. We're going to keep going here. She goes, U.S. taxpayers currently spend $3.8 billion annually to Israel, and in return, we get roughly $48 billion back through defense contracts. It's all money laundering, money scheme bullshit. Someone wrote an opinion article last week that every fucking Zionist is running with now that said that the United States gets $48 billion back. It's money laundering. It's money that goes right back into the billionaires' pockets. It's a circle of funds. It does not help the American people in any way. It doesn't help Gen Alpha. It doesn't help Gen Z. It doesn't help millennials. It doesn't help us in foreign relations because the entire Muslim world fucking hates us. Half the countries in the world who don't like Israel fucking hate us because of our relationship with them. It does not help us to support Israel. And the idea that we get $48 billion a year back, that's again bullshit because it's again a huge money laundering scheme. I broke this down on previous episodes to show how all the money we send there, yes, they do spend it on American defense contractors for the most part, although some of it does go to cover the IDF's healthcare and shit like that. But it doesn't help the United States, your average taxpayer, your average plumber, your average teacher, your average social worker, your average psychologist, your average whatever the fuck in America to have money from one billionaire go to another. Like, how the fuck does that help any of us? It does not. It actually ends up hurting us because we're devaluing our dollar in real time. We're printing so much fucking money, the dollar is literally worth dick. But we're going to go back into this. Billion back through defense contracts, pharmaceuticals, and technology. The math is clear, but the military aid itself serves as a golden handcuffs on Israel and a constant source of agitation for Americans that is manifested into a distraction from domestic policy, even though our investment directly serves the interests of U.S. national security through counterterrorism and shared intelligence in the Middle East. The shared intelligence is fucking bullshit. The counterterrorism, like literally, American Israel has funded almost every terrorist group that exists. We've created most of the ones that exist. Israel literally funded Hamas. We created ISIS. We funded the Taliban. So I don't want to hear about that. And then the intelligence part of it, their intelligence is shit. When they said that there was weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and we had to go take out Saddam, how did that fucking work out for Americans? Tens of thousands of Americans died for Israel. When their intelligence was celebrating 9/11, did that fucking help us? No. When their intelligence said take out that ship and it was the USS Liberty, an American fucking ship, did that help us or did that kill Americans? I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing about the shared intelligence. She goes, true America First policy means we stop dictating to a sovereign nation how to run its government and military. A sovereign nation? Israel is a sovereign nation? America should be a sovereign nation, but we're being run by Israel. Go fuck yourself, Laura Loomer. Let's see. Dictated to a sovereign nation how to run its government and military, and that we stop telling Israel how to respond to Iran, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Cut the U.S. aid and Israel becomes fully sovereign. Cut the military support. If you cut the aid and the military support, then they become sovereign. But right now, we are literally the big black bodyguard who backs them up. Like Jack Doherty being an asshole, shoulder bumping anyone he wants in a mall, and then when someone goes to fight him, this big black guy comes in and steps in and is like, what are you going to fucking do about it? You're going to go through me? I'm 400 fucking pounds. That's the United States. That's all all we are to them. We are their fucking bodyguards. If they didn't have us, they would get their shit pushed in. And we're going to go into that later because the Iran war is about to start up again. And that's why she's saying this, because they want to destabilize Iran. They want to destabilize Syria. They want to destabilize the entire Middle East the entire way they've done. Lebanon. They want to take the Gaza Strip. The Greater Israel Project is their true intentions. That's what we need to pay attention to. She goes, cut the US aid and Israel becomes fully sovereign. America first means we don't tell other countries how to govern or neutralize threats. America first means we don't get to tell Israel not to eradicate Hamas or not to bomb nuclear facilities. It means we don't get to tell the Mossad to not kill the Ayatollah when he's hiding in a bunker. America first means the US no longer gets to dictate to Israel how they manage their nuclear arsenal. Oh, so they're finally fucking admitting it. They have a nuclear arsenal? Guess what? If they don't sign on to the treaty, they should be our fucking enemy. It's fucking insane. China, Russia, America, we're signed on to the treaty. North Korea, Pakistan, Israel, not signed on to the treaty. Corrupt nations don't sign on to the nuclear treaty. They're not signed on because the Samson option's real, and one day they're going to use the fucking nukes, possibly against us. And if people aren't scared of the same thing they did to Hezbollah with the pager attacks, I want you guys to look up that Apple, and this is real, I want you guys to look it up, that Apple literally hired thousands of the people who were in charge of putting the bombs in the pagers. That's very real. Apple hired thousands of people who were in charge of putting the bombs in the pagers. And people aren't scared that that shit's going to happen in America, that one day our iPhones or AirPods or Apple Watches or computers or iPad, like whatever the fuck, is not just going to blow up one day? It's a daily fucking fear. Let's see, where the fuck were we in this? Oh yeah, she was talking about the nuclear arsenal that Israel denies exists, but she just blatantly admitted to. America first means liberation from being a global babysitter. Once the aid to Israel ends, the Pentagon's leash comes off, Israel's wars become Israel's wars. Yeah, that's what we want. I've been saying that on this show. I've been saying on this show for a very long time, and anyone can go back and double check this and verify that I've literally been saying I don't think Israel's doing the right thing. I do think it was a genocide. But as long as the United States wasn't funding it, and as long as we weren't providing military support and weapons to them, I could at least sleep better at night knowing that my tax dollars weren't funding this fucking genocide. And no, I would let me rephrase that. I would criticize Israel 1,000 times less. I'm not saying I would never criticize them because I criticize a lot of foreign nations all the fucking time, but I would criticize them 1,000 times less if they weren't so fucking involved in raping the United States. Let's see. Once the aid to Israel ends, the Pentagon's leash come off, we lose the leverage to urge restraint on bombing Iran or eradicating Hamas. We lose the ability to tell Israel to not enter Gaza. We lose the ability to tell Israel not to neutralize Hezbollah. Yes, we'll forfeit that it's bullshit. We'll forfeit that $48 billion return on our $3.8 billion investment, but Americans will no longer have a scapegoat to blame for every domestic problem. In the end, it's a win-win. I had an incredible week in Israel, and I'm eternally grateful for my travels across the Holy Land, including trips to the very edge of the Gaza border and the Syrian border, both of which have been ravaged by Islamic terrorism and war. After meeting with victims of Islamic terrorism, survivors of October 7th who defended their kibbutz from a Hamas ambush on October 7th, members of the IDF who are struggling with severe PTSD, parents of children who were murdered in the airstrikes by Hezbollah in the Golan Heights, members of the Knesset, and family members of the victims, I'm not even going to read that Muslim's name, against religious minorities in southern Syria. My biggest takeaway from my trip abroad this week is clear. Let's end all U.S. aid to Israel. Again, the first thing I agree with that Laura Loomer's ever said. I don't agree with the entire post. I don't agree with a lot of the propaganda she put in there, but I do agree. Let's end the foreign aid to Israel. Let's end the military support and the weapons that we give them. That is the most important thing. Let's put a tax on them for the interest on everything, for the weapons we've given them, similar to like how the mafia would tax somebody retroactively for operating within their zone without paying them. Again, I'm not saying the United States is a mafia, but we have been funding a terrorist state for far too long and getting nothing in return. She'll claim we're getting $48 billion in return. That was a bullshit-ass opinion piece written by someone in the Israel lobby. If we were actually getting a $48 billion return on the investment, don't you think presidents would have been saying that year in and year out? Don't you think they would have been screaming that at Buchanan and screaming it at Nick Fuentes and all the people going against the Israel lobby. No, this is something new that they fucking made up out of fucking thin air last week. They didn't just make the discovery last week that we're getting a $48 billion return on our investment. It just doesn't exist. That's bullshit. And for anyone who's going to disagree with me on that, don't disagree with me unless you can prove the math to me yourself and prove to me that it benefits everyday Americans. Because if you want to make an argument that billionaires get more money in America, that these large-scale weapon manufacturers are getting a lot more money, okay, how the fuck does that help Americans? How does that help Gen Z, Gen Alpha, millennials who have gotten raped, robbed, and looted of their rights, their dignity, and their sovereignty? It doesn't. It doesn't help any of them. Tell me how it helps. Like, she's talking about PTSD. What about the tens of thousands of Americans who fucking died and their friends who had to come home without them and mourn the loss of them, who are still suffering with PTSD from the fucked up things we did in these Middle Eastern countries for Israel? We did that for Israel. It didn't benefit America. Wolfowitz was fed the information by Israeli intelligence. Wolfowitz, a Zionist, pushed the shit forward. Again, everything that fucking happened under that Bush-Cheney administration was disgraceful. And it was all pro-Israel bullshit. But again, Laura Loomer said one smart thing in this. Let's end all U.S. aid to Israel. The only thing she needs to add on top of that is let's end the military support and the weapons support we give them. If we can do that, if we can completely remove ourselves from Israel, complete separation, we're not tied to them, they're not tied to us, we have zero relationship with them besides maybe minor communicate, like every country needs to communicate on some level at some point besides just the basic essentials. I promise this, if that happens, I will criticize Israel 1,000 times less, because I have tons of people who are like, you're anti-Semitical, all you do is criticize Israel. Yeah, because we're being raped, robbed, and looted by them. We are tied to this foreign terrorist state who does not benefit us, who literally hurts American politicians, hurts regular Americans, and calls us fucked up things just because we don't agree with them. You literally have people like Ben Shapiro saying if you say that you shouldn't send money to Israel, you're an anti-Semite. Is Laura Loomer now an anti-Semite according to Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin's own definition and own words? Or are they going to agree with this because the intentions behind it, like I said in the beginning, the important thing is the intentions behind it. What she wants is the Greater Israel Project to become a thing. She wants Israel to annex the Gaza Strip. When she says take out Hamas, she means take out all the Palestinians. Because according to Randy Fine, the children are born that way and they need to be killed when they're young or else they'll grow up to be Hamas terrorists. You want to know how you create Hamas? You kill a Palestinian kid. I promise you their father or older brother is going to go join the group who's fighting against the people who just killed their fucking little sibling or their child. That's how you create terrorists. You want to know how you create countries that hate America? You go in for another country, Israel, and you kill a bunch of fucking Iraqi kids. You kill a bunch of Iraqi women. You kill a bunch of innocent people who didn't deserve to die. And they end up hating America, all these Muslim countries. We created these terrorist groups. We literally created ISIS through word of mouth. We funded half the terrorist groups around the world. Israel funded half the terrorist groups around the world. Israel literally funded Hamas. Israel literally had a stand down order on October 7th that allowed this to happen because they wanted to annex the Gaza Strip. This has never been about sovereignty to them. This has never been about the Judeo-Christian relationship. What it is about to them is their wants and needs when it comes to, they want to take everything in the Middle East and make it Israel for the most part. Again, they want to destabilize the entire region past what they've already done. We've already pushed 6 regime change wars for them, but that's not enough. They now need to take Gaza. They now need to take Lebanon. They now need to destabilize Syria more. They now need to fuck with Iraq, or not Iraq, Iran. And that's about to happen. We'll get into that later in the show today. But the Iran war, the second Iran war, which I predicted was going to happen, anyone can go back and see that. I said that this is not over. Anyone who said that the 12-day war is officially over, you were a fucking retard. I told you. And we'll get into that later today, but it's about to pick up. And I promise you this. I promise you this, if Israel did not have America's financial, military, and weapon support when that war starts, if we had a complete break from them before it happened, Israel would be wiped the fuck out. The only reason they don't get their shit pushed in around the world is because of Big Brother over here, because of the United States, because of the big black bodyguard. We're going to keep going on. Again, I'm getting fucking heated today. I'm having a fun Monday. I hope you guys are having a fun Monday. This is going to be a hell of a show. We're 45 minutes in and we're on the fucking third slide of a lot. We're going to keep going, though. I saw this. I want to criticize this little pussy a little more. Mark Levin, you fucking worthless testicle. You look like an old wrinkled scrotum. You are a pussy. And how do I know you're a pussy? Mark Levin refused to debate Tucker Carlson at the future TPUSA event, calling him a Nazi promoter. Again, if you want to dismantle someone's ideas, do you think it's going to work? Like, back in the day, you could literally just say, oh, this person's an anti-Semite, this person's racist, this person's a misogynist. I'm not going to talk to them. I don't want to platform them. And boomers ate that shit up. Boomers and Gen Xers ate that shit up like retards. Now you tell a Gen Z person, oh, I'm not going to debate this person. They think this. It's like, okay, then debate them on it and let's see who's right. That's our mentality. Debate them on it. We watch Charlie Kirk with no college degree go to the Oxford debate team and dismantle half of them. And again, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk on everything. We all know that I disagreed with him heavily on Israel. But at the same time, the guy at least had some fucking balls. But he refused to debate Nick, which was another big thing. You cannot have it both. Like, one of the biggest criticisms Charlie Kirk got over time, and he kept getting it, was people saying, why do you refuse to debate this guy? Why do you refuse to debate this guy? You just seem like a coward at a point. You seem like somebody with no spine if you're not going to debate somebody and you're just going to criticize them. And they tried to shut him out of the movement, and now that he's breaking back into the mainstream, after they tried to cancel him for a fucking decade, they're now saying, oh, we're not going to debate the ideas because you're promoting this ideology that we don't agree with. It's like, okay, defeat him in a debate or you are wrong and you are a coward and a spineless pussy. Because that's all you are, Mark Levin. You are a spineless coward. You are a pussy. You are somebody who is on cable fucking news and radio. The average age of people who listen to Fox News is 70 years old. The average age of people who listen to radio host talk is like 50-something. You are a dinosaur. You are lost. You are old fucking news. People don't give a shit about what you're saying, Mark Levin, because one, you're too scared to debate anyone you actually disagree with. Two, you look like a wrinkled old testicle. And three, you're just a blatant fucking retard who is a propaganda artist. All you do is push his bar of propaganda. You're not even a real American. A real American would stand for American sovereignty. A real American wouldn't push a Judeo-Christian relationship that doesn't actually exist, because it's very clear that Christians aren't welcome in Israel. Because when they go there, when Christian missionaries are in Israel trying to visit the holy sites, they get fucking spit on, assaulted, and harassed. So stop with this Judeo-Christian bullshit, this oxymoron that doesn't fucking exist. Mark Levin is a fucking coward, and he's the pussy of the week this week. And then I want to show this video real quick. I've showed this video before, but you guys will see why I'm showing it again. It's a very quick video of Donald Trump talking about one of his biggest donors to his campaign, someone who gave him over $100 million, Miriam Adelson. Someone who is an American, but is not really, because they are not America first. An American, someone who holds an American passport, should put America over everything else. I think it's a mutually agreed upon thing that if you put another nation over America, you should not be an American citizen. It does not make sense, and it works against America's interests. But Donald Trump took $100 million from somebody who does just that. And it comes from Donald Trump's own mouth.
But I actually asked her, I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once, I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel, I must say. But I actually asked
You heard it from Donald Trump. She is Israel first. She's not America first. And right now, Miriam Adelson is dumping millions of dollars into trying to primary Thomas Massey because Thomas Massey opposes sending more money to Israel. Thomas Massey is someone who wants to release the Epstein files, which would make Israel look very guilty. We know that Jeffrey Epstein was tied to Ehud Barak, the former prime minister. We know he was tied to Mossad in many ways. And we know Israel was one of the countries, if not the only, who was funding him. Like, literally, the temple on his fucking island was the color of Israel. It was blue and white. And people could be like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Do you really think it is, you stupid fucking retard? And the reason I wanted to show you guys that is this. There is now an attack going on Thomas Massey. Everybody, we showed you when the Heritage Foundation video came out, how there was all the Zionists quote tweeting it, and it was my entire For You feed. On this weekend, my entire For You feed was this bullshit. Thomas Massey goes, Israeli citizen Miriam Adelson bought the Dallas Mavericks for $3.5 billion. Now she's buying politicians. She's spending millions in Kentucky to buy Ed Gallery, my primary opponent, a congressional seat in Kentucky. Why? Because I wouldn't, and then it cuts off, but it goes, why? Because I wouldn't support the Israel lobby. And then you have people like Randy Fine. I can't wait to watch this bigot get thrown out of Congress. Miriam is an American citizen. Yeah, but she puts Israel first, so she should go the fuck to Israel. She should not live in America. And then you have another. You go, hey, Rep. Massey knows Dr. Miriam Adelson is a U.S. citizen. He also knows she's a renowned medical doctor, a medical research benefactor in Las Vegas. This is a bigoted attempt to incite political violence against her. No, it's an attempt to get her to go the fuck back to her home country. Because if she wants to claim that she is America first, she should be funding America first politicians. But no, she literally told Donald Trump she is Israel first. She deserves to live in Israel. She doesn't deserve to hold an American passport. She should honestly be deported for it. America would be better off if Miriam Adelson did not live in this country and lived in Israel. And then someone else goes, she's also an American citizen, but you left that part out. Why? Because she's Israel first, you fucking retards. Do you not get it? Do you not get it? Again, yes, she holds an American passport, but does that mean she deserves one? Fuck no. She puts another country over America's interests. That is not America first. You should not be able to hold an American passport. And then again, she's an American citizen. No, again, I don't have to keep explaining myself, but all these retards seem to not fucking get it. Another one, American citizen, she helped my president get in the White House. Yeah, she gave him $100 million to go bomb Iran, to go allow Donald Trump to allow Israel to commit this genocide. I really hope you lose. I do. You hate Trump. You are a contrarian because you want to run for president one day. Everything you do is calculated for your own political future. You don't care about the America First movement. America first, and you never did. And the simps who worship you think words and actions are the same thing. They are not. Where the fuck does this cunt get the balls to say America first in this post when Donald Trump, I literally played the video for you guys before just to prove my point even further, that Donald Trump even said Miriam Adelson is Israel first, not America first. As an American citizen, she puts her Jewish identity, her Israeli identity over her American identity. And that is something we will never tolerate. If you are an American citizen, you have a duty and an obligation to put your America first values over everything else. If you are putting another country equal to or above America, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Oh no, am I going to be arrested for disturbing the peace like that kid because I said some shit like that? Like, it's fucking crazy what's happening in this country right now. Someone else, she is an American citizen participating in the American political process, you anti-Semitic loser. He's anti-Semitic for saying that he wants pro-America people to be funding American politicians. That's anti-Semitism? This is what I mean. The word means fucking nothing because they use it in such a bullshit-ass way. It's so fucking insane. Like, you can make an argument that what the kid did to Dave Portnoy, that was low IQ anti-Semitism. But saying someone's anti-Semitic for wanting American politicians to be funded by Americans who support America first, that's fucking ridiculous. That's literally insane. That's so fucking crazy to me. Another one, cannot wait for this anti-Trump loser to lose his seat. Good riddance. Go fuck yourself. Again, we support Thomas Massey because he is one of the only people in the American Congress who's putting America first. And I don't agree with every fucking thing the guy says. I don't agree with everything he does, although I do support a lot of it. But the fact that he is putting America first over everything else, we should have more politicians like that. We should have more people in our government who actually want to put this country first, because we have been raped, robbed, and looted and stripped of our sovereignty in this nation, and I'm so fucking tired of it. This is, again, a tweet from Nick Fuentes, and it's a genius one. He goes, the older generations have completely betrayed and sold out the youth. They have left us a diversified shithole filled with foreigners dominated by the left, controlled by global special interests. And when young men stand up to fight, they scold us for being too edgy online. Again, people do this all the fucking time to me. I hear all the time, oh, why is your delivery like this? Why do you curse so much? Why do you make these why do you make jokes that Bibi Netanyahu's raping you? Because we are being raped. We literally are being fucking raped by the country of Israel. Because we, as a white Christian American, I am looked at poorly because of that. But I couldn't look at another group poorly because of that, even if they act shitty. I couldn't look at the 13%, even though they don't seem to ever fucking improve in my nation. I can't look at them like that, or else I'm an asshole. I'm a racist. I can't talk about the organized Jewry, or else I'm an anti-Semite. I can't talk about the countless problems that exist in America because I'm a white Christian straight man, and I don't get to criticize anybody else because I'm the fucking problem according to them. Nick Fuentes is 100% right about this. We have a duty as young men to fix this. And it is our cross to bear that, again, we will not be able to save it for ourselves. It's possible. We will not be able to have the nation we were promised for ourselves, for our youth. But what we can have it for is for the future generations of Americans who haven't been born yet, who are going to be born into a nation that hates them because they're white Christians, because they're straight, because they're men, whatever the fuck it is. We have a duty to fix it for them because we were raped, robbed, and looted of our rights and our dignity, but we will not allow that to happen to the future generations of this nation. They have it written on their hearts that they deserve sovereignty. They deserve free speech. They deserve the pursuit of happiness. And that does not exist when we are controlled by foreign interests, controlled by foreign nationals, controlled by being replaced in our own society. White people will literally be the minority in this country within 15 years. That should be scary to everybody because the only thing that keeps America is white people right now. And I'm not saying no one else contributes, but for the most part, we are the ones who want to uphold the Constitution. We are the ones who want to have America be a sovereign nation. We are the ones who want to uphold American values and morals. And those things are fading in real time. And it's fading more as the more and more we get diversified in America. Does it help America to import Haitians? Does it help America to import Ugandans, or does it help America to import all these nations that don't even have age of consent laws, that don't have rape laws, that beat women, that do all these terrible fucked up things? How does that help America? It doesn't. It rapes, robs, and loots America. It makes this country so much fucking worse every day. We're going to keep going through the show. I didn't realize how long I was going to spend on that first segment. And we still have not crazy amount more to go through, but a little bit more to go through. So we're going to go through it kind of fast for the most part. I wanted to show this video as well because I found this to be disgusting. This is from, I think Friday, maybe Thursday or Friday. I'm not exactly sure. I saw it on Friday though, but it's of Bill Maher saying he wants to beat up Nick Fuentes. Like, again, they want to say inciting political violence against Miriam Adelson when he says that person who is Israel first shouldn't be funding American politicians. That's political violence according to them, but this isn't. Like, go fuck yourselves. You guys are hypocritical. You guys are retarded. You guys are ignorant. You guys are as stupid as it fucking gets, and your propaganda does not work on Gen Z because we're so much fucking smarter than you.
But this guy, Nick Fuentes, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. If you haven't, I mean, I have. I know he had dinner with Trump at one point, and Trump is, I don't know him. I have my picture taken with a lot of people. You know, but he's, what I would call a racist. He's just this troll. He's the guy who runs on the field at a baseball game that you don't really want to, so you don't take the picture of him, but we kind of have to talk about him.
Does that mean we can beat him up?
I would like to.
So that's what happens when you run on a field with a baseball.
He's what they call a groiper. I looked into this. It's just like this group of people on 4chan, you know, the internet, which makes everything worse. And they are like pointlessly politically incorrect. They were doing it just to troll. They would say the worst sort of awful things or things you don't even understand.
But it's working.
He once said, having sex with a woman is gay and having sex with a man is gay.
Based.
Okay, I don't know where you go with that. And then they kind of started to believe it. So we thought it would be a good week to do 24 things you need to know or you don't know about Nick Fuentes. For example, I'm in a racist a cappella group called Boys in the Hood. My drag queen name is Jan 6th.
How do people find this shit funny?
I once beat Elon Musk in a high-loft. Well, I'm not gay, but a guy I'm fucking is. I once called ICE to report on the part of me that's Mexican. Wow. Kanye once asked me if I was off my meds. Wow.
Retarded.
My followers are called gripers, but will also accept vaginal kryptonite. I will boycott the Super Bowl because of Bad Bunny. Also because my parents' basement doesn't have a TV. My mom freebased Tylenol when she was pregnant with me. And I'm against interracial marriage, but I wouldn't say no to a weekend in Nuremberg with Candace Owens. All right.
Again, Bill Maher is a seething, retarded douchebag, but they want to say, like, people criticizing Miriam Adelson is political violence, but him saying he wants to beat up Nick Fuentes, comparing him to the KKK and Nazis, like, that's not political. Like, fuck you. Fuck your double standards. We're so fucking done with the sick fucks like you. And any boomer who finds this retard funny, you're low IQ, you're retarded, and you're a dumbass. We're going to keep moving on. I want to show this. An Israel-Iran war is seen as only a matter of time, according to the New York Times. The report says that Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium, enough to make 11 nuclear weapons, is either buried under rubble, as Iran claims, or has been spirited away to a safe place, as Israeli officials believe. This, along with Iran's work on new enrichment site closed to international inspectors, leads Gulf states to suspect another Israeli attack is inevitable. The reason Iran wants to develop a nuclear weapon is because Israel, when they plopped themselves down in the Middle East, took over Palestine in 1947, I think it was. They have since then destabilized the entire region. They have taken out any country and had the United States pretty much do it for them, take out any country that they didn't like, that they thought was a threat to them. And Iran is the last one, realistically, the last big one on the checklist. It is a country of like 90 million people, and they want to protect themselves. And how do they protect themselves from a nuclear country? You have nukes. Again, what keeps countries from attacking each other in a lot of ways is nuclear development. When countries have nukes, you're a lot more cautious about going to war with them because of the potential threat of your entire nation being wiped out. Like a nuke would wipe all of fucking Israel out, very clearly. And Iran, like I said, and I broke this down in multiple episodes in the past, the reason they want a nuclear weapon is so they can have a reason for Israel not to invade and attack them. And Iran has been saying, instead of just dropping, like when the 12-day war went on, I documented the entire thing. I posted videos of every single missile that was flying from both sides. And they were kind of just doing them like boom, boom, 1, 1, 1, 1, like 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Iran has now said in another statement that if it were to happen again, if Israel was to attack Iran again, they would drop thousands at one time to completely overwhelm them. And again, I pray that the United States is not involved with Israel by that point. But it doesn't seem likely, because that seems like it's going to happen within the next few months, maybe the next 6 months or so, maybe even less. It seems very imminent. It seems like we're on the brink of this attack, that Israel is going to attack them again. And then we're going to see a retaliation attack. And we don't even know if these figures are correct. I mean, American intelligence reported that Iran was not close to a nuclear weapon. And then Israeli intelligence overrode American intelligence. If you guys remember, I literally reported on this at the time, that Tulsi Gabbard, and I showed the video of it, where she was like, nope, they're not close to it. And then Israeli intelligence was like, shut up, bitch. They are close to it. We have to go attack them, and we're just to do it. And you guys better back us up when it happens. And we did. We controlled the Iranian airspace. We controlled the Israeli airspace, and we made sure that we had Israel's back. And we cannot have that happen again. And I'm not saying I want to see all the people get destroyed. I'm not trying to say that at all. What I'm trying to say is, like Laura Loomer said, if they want to be a sovereign fucking nation, go be a sovereign nation, not on the U.S. taxpayers' dime. Do not get involved with United States politics. Do not ask for our military support. Do not ask for our soldiers. Do not ask for our weapons. Do not ask for our aircraft. Do not ask us for our missiles. Do not ask us to help you. Do not ask for a single fucking shekel. Don't ask for a single fucking thing. We are so sick and tired of them. If they want to keep getting in these wars, Iran would probably run the fuck over Israel. Again, Iran is a country of 90 million people, and it's a country that's built for war. The entire country is underground tunnels and shit like that. They are built for this shit. And again, I'm not on the Iranian side, I'm on the American side. I want us to be fully separated from it all. It doesn't benefit us to be in bed with Iran. It doesn't benefit us to be in bed with Israel. It doesn't benefit us to invade the Middle East. It doesn't benefit us to do any of that shit. So I want full American sovereignty, and that's what I'm going to continue pushing for. But yeah, the war is going to happen again. Anyone who's like, oh, the 12-day war is over, you were wrong. Like, go fuck yourself. It's about to start again, you fucking retards. I saw this, and then I want to show you something right after, but the Newswire is reporting from Axios. There's no affordability crisis, Trump officials insist. There's no affordability crisis, but they're going to start doing 15-year car loans and 50-year mortgages. They're going to make you a slave for fucking life. You're 30 and they want you to sign a 50-year mortgage so that you're dead by the time the 50 years is up and your kids are now in debt. It wasn't enough that our boomer relatives fucked us. Now they want Gen Z to go fuck over the younger generations because we'll die off before these things are ever paid off. And then the 15-year car loans, how many people keep a car for 15 fucking years? I'm not saying none do, but very few fucking people keep a car for 15 years. There's not even a lot of cars that last for 15 years. Most people who drive their car every day, who have a daily commute over 30 fucking miles, their car is not going to last 15 years. So for them to say, oh, you can't afford shit, but we're giving you these options to make you a debt slave for life. Fuck you. How about kick the illegals out of our country, restore value back to the dollar through manufacturing and labor, and do not try and enslave us for life, because that's what the fuck they're doing here. This doesn't help anybody besides the corrupt businessmen and bankers. This does not help any regular American citizens. And for anybody celebrating this, like, oh, I'm finally going to be able to afford a home with a 50-year mortgage, like, you're a fucking retard. You're an absolute fucking retard. It's fucking insane. This is so corrupt, we're just going to be debt slaves for life. I want to keep moving on. We're on the back half of the show at this point. Like I said, we're going to kind of speed through, run the end of this because we're already over an hour into the show. But Mexican illegal immigrant Humberto Muñez Gatica was arrested in Orange County, California for killing a 71-year-old pedestrian in a DUI hit and run. Gatica has been under a deportation order since 2012. So you're telling me that if this person was deported when their deportation orders were issued, that this person would still be alive today? That an American citizen would still be alive? Because that's what I'm fucking hearing here. I'm hearing that the negligence of our government, the negligence that the Democrats tried to protect illegal aliens, especially in California. It's like a sanctuary state for these fucking retards. They tried to protect them there, and now one killed an American. One life is too many to go. We need every fucking illegal immigrant out of this fucking country now. I'm so fucking sick and tired. Not only for the safety reasons, for the financial reasons as well, for the resources they take, for the fact that a lot of them are on SNAP benefits. They do vote in elections no matter what anyone wants to say. There's data to prove it, and I've proved it just last week on the fucking show. But the fact that an American, a 71-year-old, they live 71 years only to be killed by somebody who wasn't supposed to even fucking be here. If you're an illegal immigrant, get the fuck out of my country. I'm so fucking sick and tired of saying the same thing. It should be simple. We should follow the fucking laws. And the laws say if you're not legally in this country, you should be deported. So why the fuck are we not deporting people, especially if they have deportation orders? Why the fuck did we give $150 billion to ICE if they're not going to deport these people? Because this woman's life would have been saved. But now it's not. Now she's dead. Now she's dead. Because of the negligence of our government, the negligence of Democrats and woke corrupt policies. We're going to keep going on. I want to show this because this shocked me it didn't shock me that much because, again, I don't have much faith that our government is doing much for us and has our best interests in mind. But it's crazy that this is where we're at. But Mike Johnson is now scrambling to uncover as whistleblower documents show Ghislaine Maxwell is receiving concierge 5-star hotel-style treatment in prison for her role in the Epstein child sex trafficking operation. The Hill also reports that she is seeking a sentence commutation from Trump. We know Trump was like, oh, I'm going to look into it. He didn't definitively say no, that he would give her a pardon, which is fucking crazy. He knows exactly what she did. He knows she was Mossad. He knows that she cannot be let out of prison and should honestly get the death penalty after we get the information. Like, again, bring her to Guantanamo. Like, bring her somewhere where the laws don't apply and they abused Americans under the Patriot Act and we can actually get some fucking information out of her. How about that? How about we do that well within the legal American rights or something? We find some way to get bring her to the fucking island and get the information out of her there. Like, I don't care what the fuck you have to do. But this is fucking insane that we're giving her 5-star hotel treatment. What the fuck does she have on Trump? What do the Israel lobby have on Trump that they control Trump to this level? That Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison getting 5-star fucking service in her low security prison. She was transferred from her prison in Florida to this prison in Texas with no cameras. Cameras aren't allowed. And she's getting 5-star style hotel treatment? What the fuck is that? For anyone's like, oh, this is just a tweet. Diligent Denizen is a very credible source, and he is one of the only people fighting for true America First policies. Not the only, but one of the only people left. One of the only real ones who is actually fighting for real America First policies. We're going to watch this quick video. I almost skipped over. We're going to watch this quick video.
Say some of the toughest bulldogs in Congress on the Republican and Democrat side who are united in this cause for maximum transparency of the Epstein files. I'm for that. Chairman Comer is for that, the Oversight Committee chair. You'll hear from him in a moment. All these leadership team all the Republicans in the House are for maximum transparency and always have been. Say some of the toughest bulldogs.
If they were for maximum transparency, then the files would have been released. Then Donald Trump wouldn't have said he was an informant. If Donald Trump was an informant, why'd he run half his campaign on releasing the Epstein files? If Donald Trump was so innocent in this and that Republicans wanted transparency, why was Donald Trump telling the FBI, if you see my name, give me the page directly? And that's what happened. They had thousands of FBI workers reviewing hundreds of thousands of documents, and every time Donald Trump's name popped up, they were like, here you go, sir. We're not going to make you guilty. We're not going to let you be guilty today. What the fuck does Israel have on this guy? Because obviously it's something. We're going to keep going on. We only got a few things left to show you. I saw this. This is a huge win. Transgender athletes are to be banned from female competition at the Olympics following a review of evidence about the sporting advantage of being born male. Like, no shit. No fucking shit. A chair is an object. Like, are we fucking, like men are stronger than women? That's breaking science? Are you fucking kidding me? Men are genetically better at sports than women? Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't realize that when I was watching LeBron James do fucking windmill dunks, but not a single woman in the WNBA can dunk. I didn't realize that men are better at sports than women. That's such a fucking shock to me. Like, the fact that these people are so fucking retarded and we had to watch a woman get knocked out by a man in boxing 4 years ago, it's fucking disgraceful. That's what we had to do to get to this point. We had to watch a woman get knocked out by a man in boxing to figure this the fuck out. I could have told you this shit. This is just common fucking sense. But at least they finally got it right. Right, guys? It's fucking insane. We're going to keep going on. We only got a few more things to show you. And it's really nothing big on news. It's just, I wanted to show this video. This is dumb bitch.
R-word back. Is anyone else noticing that the R-word is back? I'm running into it everywhere. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, real life. What's going on? With everything happening in the world, we're really adding this to the pile. What's happening? Public service announcement. Stop saying it.
People complaining about the word retarded being back. Guess what? You're retarded. Shut up. I don't give a shit. I saw this, and this was like, what the fuck? So why? Yes, I did kiss the sneakers of Jasmine I'm pretty sure there's Jasmine Crockett, and I do worship the ground she walks on, and she was lovely about it. Like, if you're a white person kissing the shoes of a black person, you have a mental illness, and you should honestly just self-deport. You're so fucking retarded. Like, what is this self-hating white bullshit that you're getting on your fucking hands and knees to kiss the floor that some dumb cunt walked on? Like, this woman is an illiterate retard, and you're getting on your knees to kiss her feet? Like, would I be a racist if I wanted a black guy to kiss my shoes? Because what the fuck is this self-hating white bullshit? Yeah, we need Sydney Sweeney to fucking smack this cunt. Fucking insane. I only have two more things I want to show you. This is one. So, after a year of planning, and this is, again, not that political, but this is just to show the the current state of where we're at in America when it comes to dating, men and women, all this shit. But after a year of planning, a man proposed in front of friends and family, but she said no. Not for lack of love, but because the $900 engagement ring from Walmart made her feel like he hadn't listened. She wanted to feel chosen, not just proposed to. And then the text conversation. I just got to ask Manny, what happened tonight? I've been planning this proposal for over a year. You really told me no in front of everyone. That shit crushed me. It's not even about embarrassing you. It's about you not listening. I've told you the kind of ring I wanted more than once, and you showed up with something from Walmart. So this is about the ring. I still spent $900 regardless of where I got the ring. I put so much effort into this for you, for us. Tyler, if you knew what I wanted and still chose to do what was easiest, tells me you don't really hear me. I want to feel chosen, not just proposed to. Wow, so everything I did just didn't matter to you, huh? It mattered, but not enough for me to say yes to a forever I'm not sure you're ready for. Like, you ungrateful cunt. You ungrateful, sick cunt. This guy probably spent hard-earned money that he worked very hard to save up for. Like, your average American has negative net worths right now. They don't have a lot of fucking money or a lot of discretionary funds. So somebody saved up money to buy your ungrateful ass a fucking engagement ring, and you say no because it's not big enough or because where he bought it from? Go fuck your... Like, again, this is why women are the problem in dating right now. Women are the problem. Women are making dating impossible. They're either sluts, ungrateful, too bossy, too feminist, too fucking ugly or fat. Like... Find me a woman who doesn't have one of those fucking things. I'll marry her tomorrow. I'm so fucking sick and tired of seeing these ungrateful cunts do shit like this. It's fucking insane. And then our last thing I wanted to show you, and this is something I want to get your guys' opinion on. I'll give my opinion on it too. But this is a Reddit post, and this woman shared this to Reddit so she can get support because she's a woman who just wants attention. But she goes, my 30F husband and... I'm 30F, husband 35M, slapped me across the face when he found out I had an abortion. I am 30 years old, I'm a female, have been with my husband, 35, male, for 7 years. Married for 4, 2 years ago, I had a stillbirth at 7 months. It destroyed us. While therapy and time have helped, we are both still deeply grieving the loss of the baby girl. This last year, it's crazy. So she acknowledges that it was a baby when she had a stillbirth. This last year has been the hardest of my life. In the past 4 months alone, I lost my mom, was hospitalized twice, and have been trying to piece myself back together. Somewhere along the way, I realized something very hard. I'm not ready to be a mom right now. Not mentally, emotionally, or physically. Okay, then you shouldn't have sex, because that's how you become a mom. That realization shattered me, because becoming a mom was always my dream. Recently, I found out I was pregnant. After a lot of tears and agonizing over it, I decided to have an abortion. I didn't tell my husband, not because I wanted to hurt him, but because I didn't want to relive the grief and trauma of our loss together all over again. Sick, disgusting cunt. I knew how much he wanted a baby, and I couldn't bring myself to have that conversation in the middle of everything else we've been through. And then she goes, today he was going through some paperwork and found out about the procedure. He came into our bedroom, woke me up from a dead sleep, and asked if it was true. When I said yes, he slapped me across the face. We just stared at each other in shock. Then I saw his face crumble. He started to tear up, walked out, and I could hear him sobbing. I don't even know how to process this. Part of me understands the pain and betrayal he must feel. Another part of me is stunned that he put his hands on me. Something he has never done before. I'm still in shock physically and emotionally. I don't know what this means for our marriage. I don't know if I should focus on protecting myself, trying to talk through it, or both. I feel grief, guilt, anger, and fear all tangled together. So she can acknowledge that it was a baby when it was a stillbirth, but when she just kills it outright with an abortion, she doesn't talk about it being a baby. It's crazy, right? I guess I'm asking, how do you even begin to address something like this? Is there a way forward after this level of hurt and violence? Edit, I understand that some people feel strongly that my priorities should be professional help, and I want to be clear, I'm getting that. I've already reached out for support, and I'm making sure I'm safe. The reason I'm posting here isn't because I'm avoiding help, it's because hearing from others who have been through something similar is valuable to me. Professionals' advice and lived experience can both be important, and right now, I need all the perspectives I can get. If you can't offer that in good faith, please keep scrolling. Well, here's going to be my advice. I'm with the fucking husband, and that could be controversial. If a woman killed my kid, if a woman murdered my offspring and child, again, I'm not saying, like, it's legally correct. I'm not saying he is 100% in the right, but it's like, I understand it. I truly do, because it's like, she can acknowledge that it's murder. She can acknowledge that it's the death of a baby. She does that when she talks about the sad death of the stillborn birth at 7 months. She acknowledges that it is a child, but she still went ahead and killed it anyway, and she didn't even tell her husband that he had offspring on the way. This woman's a sick, disgusting cunt, and I'm not condoning violence, but I mean, this man should have just divorced her on the spot, because now if he divorces her, she's going to use that slap in court against him to strip everything he's ever had, maybe put him in jail. But it's like, what do you expect people to do when you push them to that point? You literally kill this man's fucking kid. You had the choice to either abstain from sex, remove yourself from the marriage, or whatever the fuck, or be honest with him in the first place and talk things through. But no, you lied, you manipulated, you basically cheated your husband out of his child and murdered his child, and you're mad that he slapped you? Are you fucking kidding me? Women used to get slapped because dinner was overcooked, and you're mad he slapped you because you killed his fucking kid? Shut up, you disgusting cunt. And again, I'm not necessarily condoning violence, but I am saying, I understand the anger and emotion. Like, you would be crazy to say you don't understand the anger and emotion that this man, and again, I can't say I fully understand it because I've never been in that situation, but I can put myself in the shoes of trying to understand it, and even when you try and put yourself in her shoes, it's like her shoes are just lying and manipulating. That's her entire story, is like, I lied to him, I hid this from him, I manipulated him, I still had unprotected sex with him, I ended up getting pregnant, consequences to my actions, and then instead of informing my husband that the thing he's wanted the most is happening, and instead of having a reasonable discussion about it, I went on my own and I got an abortion, and I killed the kid, and then when he found out about it, not because I told him and was honest with him, but because he went through paperwork that he found, he was probably going through bills to pay, because he's the provider in the house and he found them, then she tries to blame him. And now he's in this situation where if he divorces her, she's going to ruin his life, and she might even just try and do that anyway. It's fucking insane. What this guy should do, this is my real advice, he should leave her, he should go find a younger woman who can give him all the kids in the world, because this woman is an ungrateful cunt and a twat and an asshole. This woman deserves nothing. She deserves no one to love her. I mean, this is so fucked up. This woman needs to repent to Christ. She murdered her fucking child. It's fucking insane. That's the last thing I had to show you guys. That's the entire show. I do want to go over what we talked about and then go over our comments for the day. Let me bring you back to the main screen, close out some of these tabs. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. I want to remind everyone to like, smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. We're going to read the comments in just one moment, and we'll read the comments at the end of every show. And join our Telegram channel as well to stay updated on all things America Unfiltered. Stay updated on all things America First as well. I was posting a lot in there today. We were really in there today. Oh shit, we got a good amount of comments. Okay, here we go. Give me a second. Getting these pulled up. Someone goes, America is a version of a game where the democratic will of a sovereign nation is subverted gradually every... Let me actually do that. I did this last week where I had it read it out loud, and I kind of like that better. I think it sounds better. Let's do that.
America is a version of a game where the democratic will of a sovereign nation is subverted gradually every 4 years until it is bastardized into some kind of slave nation for global elites to exploit with zero Fs given to any godly principles. The game was...
I guess we're not going to do that. I guess we're just going to read it ourselves. My headphones just wanted to fucking break right now. Got to get new ones now. It's fine, though. Someone goes, America is a version of a game where the democratic will of a sovereign nation is subverted gradually every 4 years until it is bastardized into some kind of slave nation for global elites to exploit with zero Fs given to any godly principles. The game was once very popular and is still actively encouraged throughout the world. Let me read that one more time. That's a lot. America is a version of a game where the democratic will of a sovereign nation is subverted gradually every 4 years until it is bastardized into some kind of slave nation for global... Yeah, very right. To exploit with zero Fs given to any godly principles. Yep, the demonic values are everywhere, no godly values. The game was once very popular and is still actively encouraged throughout the world. Yeah, it's because who runs the fucking world? Who runs the government? It is not the people. It is not the citizens anymore. It is the power. It is the money. It is the elites. It is the Israel lobby. It is the lobbyists in general. That is who runs it. We need to have the power back in the people's hands like our founders intended. Our founders would fucking hate us. Our founders would revolt against us. They would think we're a corrupt state and nation, and they would try and break free from us because of how fucking corrupt we've gotten. You hit it right on the head with a lot of that. Someone goes, Trump, again, I'm going to say allegedly because Spotify makes me, but allegedly Trump raped 2 9-year-old boys, a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old little girl. He paid $25 million to the parents of 3 of these. The 13-year-old refused to be bought off. Her book was just released. Read it. What was the book? I'll definitely check it out. I don't believe he raped 2 9-year-old boys. I'm not really going to buy that. I know there was an alleged case about Trump and Epstein raping a 13-year-old. Is that what you're referring to? I'll look into it if there's a book about it. But it doesn't 100% mean it's true. Again, I'm not like necessarily pro-Trump. I think Trump is a shill and a pussy and selling out America in a lot of ways. But I'm not going to call another man a rapist without proof. And the reason I'm able to call Jeffrey Epstein a rapist with such conviction is because of the proof I have provided. And I will do the same thing about Donald Trump if I'm able to see evidence or proof. I'm not trying to denounce your comment or anything. I'm just trying to say that without evidence, I don't like to just say stuff like that. I like to be fact-driven. But I'll look into it more now that you put that comment out there. In the last episode, I asked people what America is to them. Someone goes, America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. It is. America is the land of the free because of the brave. But it doesn't seem like we're that free anymore. It's very sad. We need to become a free nation again. We have no sovereignty. We're controlled by elites. We're controlled by foreign countries. We're controlled by the interests of illegal and legal immigrants, not the will of the American people. So I do agree in principle that at a point we were, but I think we're losing that in real time. But I appreciate your comment, appreciate you tuning in, and appreciate your patriotism, sir. This is a little thread we have. Someone goes, America used to feel strong and united. People worked hard and stood for what was right. Nowadays, it feels like America's tearing ourselves apart, fighting each other, and forgetting what made this place worth the fight. I love America, but this isn't America anymore. You're right, sweetheart. You are very right. Someone goes, and the guy Fidel, who's always commenting, goes, here's the thing. America is still a beautiful country. 80% of us still love it. It's the 10% of the far left liberals and far right extremists like you. The rest of us are perfectly fine. We love this place. Yeah, you love this place because it supports people like you. It doesn't support straight white Christian men. It doesn't support women who don't want to be sluts. Like, go fuck yourself. You're retarded. It supports the foreign interests. It supports the immigrants. It supports everything but the people who built this fucking nation. And then she goes, agreed, America's beautiful, though I personally believe that education has turned to poison, healthcare is poison, our food is poison. The reason you guys are fine is because you choose to ignore the problems. Also, I don't consider myself far-right extremist, but if me having problems with how things are ran makes me that, then so be it. I guess I'm a racist and homophobe, too. Yeah, it's crazy. You have Catholic values and you're considered homophobic. You want to call out black crime stats and you're a racist. Like, again, she's hitting the nail right on the head. It's like they want to call us far-right extremists, but you can make a better argument that I'm an aggressive moderate than anything. I don't align with the Republican Party, but I definitely don't align with the left. Where I see myself is I want America to be a sovereign nation. I want everything America does and the American government does and the way we spend our money to benefit Americans. If that's far-right to you, go fuck yourself. Like, that's crazy to me. And I go, that's kind of what I say. I say, Fidel, it's not far right to be Christian and want a sovereign nation. It is not far right to not want America to fund foreign wars, no matter who's involved. And he goes, I feel so bad for you. It's probably hard for you to sleep at night because you believe there's a group of people in the government plotting to do bad against you every day. What's your solution? To blame who? That's not a solution. Give me a real solution. And then I go, Fidel, the solution is to support the youth of this country who have been left behind. Homes are unaffordable. A lot of college degrees are worthless. AI is replacing people. The debt's too high and only getting worse. We give too much foreign aid and the people who built America are being replaced in their own country. The solution is sovereignty. Bring value back to the U.S. dollar through domestic manufacturing and labor, not importing the working class and stopping foreign aid. He didn't respond to that because he has no response to that. And then she also goes, first off, I never said I had a solution, so chill out. Second, the government isn't plotting to do bad. That'd be too easy and noticeable. I believe the government is here to brainwash and control their people. How? By the food, education, media, healthcare. But Fidel, I'm not here to spell things out for you. Figure it out yourself, do research, and stop being such an illiterate ass. Bingo. Bingo, bitch. Oh, you're making me proud tonight, sweetheart. Thank you. P.S. Keyword believe. I'm not a historian, politician, or a genius. Well, you're a woman. It's impossible to be a genius. No, I'm kidding. There's like one female genius. It's not impossible. Murphy's Law says it can happen. I don't. That's a bad joke. Nah, it's not a bad. Whatever. It's a fine joke. I was going back and forth. Is that a bad joke? Is that not? In general, it's not a bad joke, but I actually like this woman. She's nice. So that's a. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you, sweetheart. I'm just making a joke. But yeah, Fidel's kind of a fucking retard. It's very clear. Someone goes, hey, James, what do you think about Pantera? They are my favorite band, and I was wondering if you have a favorite song or if you are also a fan. God bless. God bless you as well. Pantera, what is that, the like heavy metal rock band? I don't think I've even heard any of their stuff, if I'm being honest. I like a lot of rock and roll. But I don't think I've heard Pantera. I'll check them out later, and I'll let you know tomorrow on the show. I like a lot of Motley Crue. I don't like him politically, but I like Bruce Springsteen because I grew up in Jersey, so I grew up on it. AC/DC. I like classic rock in general. I like some rap here and there too. You know, I love Ye. Ye's my guy. But I have not heard Pantera. I'll check them out and I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure it's like a really heavy metal rock. And I don't know if that's exactly my style. But again, I'll listen to whatever. I'm not opposed to checking things out. Excuse me. Someone goes, I finally agree with something you said. Yeah, dude, I'm right. I'm right a lot. I mean, do you see this Iran shit? I'm right a lot. You should agree with things I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm right about everything, but like, I know more than some people for sure. I could say that. I'm better than Laura Loomer or Mark Levin at this, and they've been doing it for a fucking decade. I've been doing it for less than a year. Someone goes, Ben won't stand up for his own manhood. He's a coward's coward. Yeah, Ben is a pussy. And then someone goes, Ben has a mangina. Ben has a mangina. Ben has a mangina. What's that from? Because I'm saying it like in the same way they say it in the, what's that from? Ben has a mangina. Like, that's from a movie. What movie is that from? Oh, it's a great... How am I losing this? But I know what you're referring to. I just can't put my tongue on it. Like, I know what it is, but it's like, Ben has a mangina. Like, I know what you're referring to, but I just can't think of it. But Ben is a fucking coward. Ben is a pussy. If Ben actually cared about the marketplace of ideas and debating ideas to see who's his best, like, he has no problem debating people who want to kill babies in a genocidal way, but he has a problem debating Nick because Nick doesn't want to fund Israel and because Nick criticizes organized Jewry. Ben's a spineless pussy. This guy commented a bunch of Israel flags again, like unconsensual rape. Someone goes, hey, Joe, fuck you. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Joe, fuck you. And he goes, hey, I'm here. Fuck yourself. Joe, you fuck yourself. And someone goes, hey, dude, your flag looks like Epstein's child sex island mansion. Let me guess, just a coincidence? Yeah. I wonder why that is. Is it because Epstein was Israeli intelligence and Epstein was a heavy Zionist and a retard and a pedophile? No answer to that one, though, right? Fucking asshole. Wait, actually, I might have read that wrong. Was Joe on our side there? Hey, Joe, fuck you. No, Joe was not on our side. I think Joe changed his name to Yosef. Joe's real name is Yosef, apparently. One of the two. I mean, now it says Yosef. It says Joe on one of the things, so we'll see. Someone goes, let's start a GoFundMe for Ben Shapiro to move to Israel since he seems too cheap to buy his own ticket. I gotta throw a laughing emoji on that. That's funny. That's our South African guy. What's up? What's up, base South African? South African guy. I'm not gonna judge you. Are you black or white? Just curious. I've always wondered. It's now coming to my mind. I'm curious. I'm guessing you're white, but maybe you're black. I don't give a shit either way. You're pretty based. You're a nice guy. You're pretty smart, it seems. I'm just curious. I'm trying to get demographics for my show. See where it's hitting, where it's not. But yeah, we should, that would be funny. We should start a GoFundMe for Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, Seth Dillon, like Randy Fine. Obviously, like Brett Cooper said, you would be happier in Israel. Brett Cooper, she's got to poop. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't make those jokes. She's a married woman with a child. But we all saw that basketball video. You guys know what I'm talking about. Brett Cooper, beautiful, beautiful angel. Thank you, sweetheart, for having our backs. That was a bad joke, though. Brett Pooper, that's just a dumb joke. Like, See, I just say things that come to my mind, and people are like, "Oh, some of the things you say are stupid." Yeah, no shit. I'm a guy. I joke around. I have ADHD. I don't write a script. I just say whatever the fuck I'm thinking, and then sometimes I regret it later. I don't regret it necessarily, but it's like not a great joke. Whatever. It's an immature, stupid joke, but who cares? Brett Cooper's a baddie though. You know, she backed America first. She's got my support. Someone goes, I was assaulted by someone in my hometown tonight for having America First ideas. Shit is getting ridiculous. If I was on the fence before, they just pushed me over. Yeah, like getting ridiculed, mocked, and oh, you said assault. Dude, getting assaulted, you got to report that to the police if it's a physical assault. I'm sorry. I'll pray for you. If you're hurt, I'll pray for your recovery. That's really fucked up. But yeah, like getting ridiculed, mocked, assaulted for your ideas, it's crazy. It's absolutely fucking insane, and it's going to radicalize more people. It's going to radicalize more people fast. Let's see. Someone goes, Ben is afraid of Nick. Yeah, very afraid of Nick. But to go back real quick, I feel like I brushed over that other one fast. Dude, I'm sorry if you got assaulted. I really hope you're okay. Let me know if you actually got physically assaulted or if it's verbally assaulted. No offense, you know. It's not really assault. That's just verbal. Like, that's like saying what happened to Dave Portnoy's assault. No, it's just like verbal abuse or like whatever the I don't even, not even abuse. It's just like someone being an asshole. But if you got physically assaulted, that's terrible. You should report that to the police. That's the best way to stop it. Let's see. Someone said, great content. You speak the absolute truth about young white America. We are winning and they are terrified. Hail, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Yeah, young white men are getting raped, robbed, and looted, and it's not okay. And as a young white man in this country, I'm not going to stand by idly and let it happen. I am going to turn around and I'm going to punch the rapist right in the face. No, we're not going to act violently. That's a metaphor. I'm just saying, we're going to rape them back. Nope. Kidding again. Guys, I'm kidding. We're not going to rape anybody. What we are going to do, though, is we are not going to let our country get raped, and we're not going to let it get taken from us. We are going to stand against that. We are going to stand against our country getting raped, robbed, and looted, and I appreciate your support, sir. Thank you. Someone goes, America is the 1,200-pound sedated gorilla friend we feed cheese fries and marijuana edibles to in an attempt of hoping that if one day it breaks its chains, it spares us and does not pick us up and splatter our brains all over the concrete. America is the key to defeating the New World Order and bringing heaven on. This is our Canadian guy. Dude, America is the big dick that runs this world, and sometimes it's not doing it in the right way, but we need like to fully fucking penetrate and have sovereignty. We need full American sovereignty. We need to restore free speech. We need to restore American and Christian values. And we need to be a sovereign nation that is not dependent on our relationship with some terrorist state. I'm not sure I understand your cheese fries and marijuana edibles reference, but I get what you're going for a little bit. Let's see. Someone goes, it's disgusting of you to blame Orthodox Jews for anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic attacks when you clearly can't tell the difference between one and a person who dresses up as one. You are the problem, not them. Again, if you could prove to me that it was I mean this wholeheartedly because I've done stuff like this before where I've said something that was incorrect and I issue a retraction. If you could prove to me that the person who did it, or if the police discover that the person who did it was a Muslim, was anything but an Orthodox Jew or a Jew in general, I will issue a full apology, retract the statement, and make the entire show about that, about how I was wrong about that. Because I have no problem saying when I'm wrong. I'm just not going to ignore the evidence. When I see somebody dressed as an Orthodox Jew doing something like that, and there has been many instances of things like that happening, I'm going to call it out. You know, we're not just going to let it go because of your fucking feelings, Fidel. Shut the fuck up. Someone goes, Massey 2028. And then Fidel goes, fuck no. Do you want to talk Chinese in 5 years? Because with him, we won't be a superpower because he doesn't understand how to stay the most powerful and be America first. Fidel, you don't know how to be America first. You're literally pro-Israel shill. You're retarded. You called me an anti-Semite for criticizing Israel. Shut the fuck up, Fidel. I'm not even trying to be so hard on you. It's just like, gain some IQ points, brother. Like, go chew neurogum. Go take some neurotropics. Go touch fucking grass. Go hug your mother. Like, I don't know what the fuck you gotta do. Go get a little smarter. People said, I didn't know that people were fighting this hard. I was thinking there was only Candace, Tucker, Joe, and a few other people. No, it's a full-on cold civil war on the right now. I mean, they're fully attacking us and our credibility. Specifically Nick Fuentes, Dave Smith, people like that, Candace, Tucker. But yeah, it's a full-on cold civil war that's going on right now. Let's see. Someone says, what about the rising amount of Republicans being jailed for sexual abuse and having child porn on their computer? And I responded, anyone with child porn should get the death penalty. I have no problem with that. But again, like, provide, like, if you're going to say something as vague as that, like, provide names or, like, a link or something. Because it's like, who the fuck are you specifically talking about? Because there was just that Democrat who was literally charged with trying to solicit pictures of minors from his boyfriend who was running a daycare. And I'm not saying Republicans don't do it. Again, that shit needs to, like, I don't care what political affiliation you are. Even if someone was an America First Patriot, if they were charged with that, like, death penalty, I have no problem with that. Pedophiles are irredeemable. They don't deserve anything except the chair. Someone goes, hi, can we maybe explore how Zionists and Muslims actually work together commonly in places like the UK? If you're more concerned with your own country, I'm sure there are plenty of instances in the UK, instances of Muslims working with tiny hats, e.g. Sanders and Mamdani. Yeah, well, a lot of Orthodox Jews in America are working with Mamdani because a lot of Orthodox Jews believe that the modern-day state of Israel presents their Messiah from coming. They think that Israel being a Jewish-only state or a Jewish-run state goes against their Bible and that it will prevent the Messiah from coming in their religion. Again, I don't agree with that because the Messiah was Jesus Christ. The prophecy has already been fulfilled and they're just living in another time. But yeah, I mean, they do work together. I don't know too much about it in the UK. I'll look into that and I'll report on it in the future. But I mainly do just focus on America for the most part. I do cover some things abroad, but only when things that really apply to America. This could have future implications to America, so I will probably cover it down the line. But right now there's just so much going on that I don't know. It's not like it's going to be a show this week, but down the line I'll do a show about that. Let's see. Someone goes, I don't understand why Nick got mad because the interview he did was great. Why did he get mad? Oh, this person's commenting on an episode from like episode 80 or not, like a long time ago about Nick Fuentes when Nick went at Tucker originally calling him a CIA hack. Yeah, sweetheart, that's a episode from a long time ago. Stay up to date, please. Let's see. Someone goes, you can't say Israel controls America and that Israel can't win a war without American money because in your worldview, there is no difference between Israel and the USA. Yes, there is a difference. Israel is a terrorist state. America is a country that needs to break free from that terrorist state. Shut the fuck up. He goes, Tim Dillon is the most fucked up person on earth. I didn't know people on this earth can still have such thoughts about America. Dude, like Tim Dillon's hilarious. Shut the fuck up. Someone goes, bro, fuck the UFC fight on the White House lawn. Let's have all the politicians fight in the octagon. Whoever loses leaves office. Dude, I would love political. I think there is a legit market for political boxing. Like sanctioned fights. Like legit sanctioned fights. That there is a legitimate market for that. I fully support them switching the UFC event on the White House lawn to a political boxing match, like a legal one. That would be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. As a MMA fan, that would be great. Hey, brother, I loved your podcast. You have encouraged me to get back to church. Let's fucking go. And my wife accepted Jesus Christ yesterday. Thank you for your encouragement. Another one of God's children brought home. Based wife as well. Keep her around if she accepted Jesus Christ. Let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. Christ is king. Let's go. You just, dude. I was having a pissed off, like I've been pissed off this whole show because I've been talking about this Dave Portnoy thing, Amira Madelson, Americans getting raped, robbed, and looted. I can feel my voice starting to hurt after an hour 40 of talking. Dude, that just made my night. Let's go. I'm going to celebrate that today when I eat dinner. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for your wife. That's amazing. Let's go. Let's go. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Proverbs 27:17 ASV. Let's go. Dude, I love when people quote the Bible in my comments. Let's go. someone else just commented as I was reading the comments. Ben is a rat in tiny hat. Nick is a real American. Yeah. Boom. Bingo. 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 I'm glad your comment came in for me to read it today. That's awesome. Let's refresh it one more time, see if there's any. No, that seems to be all of them. Let's go. I know we had like one on YouTube, or we might have had one on Rumble. I'm not sure. I don't know why my Rumble's not loading now. That's weird. Okay, let me just try YouTube. I don't know why. I just tried to get on Rumble and it said, we can't access this page. Someone goes, Josh the Hammerhead Shark. Yeah, Josh literally looks like the merchant meme. Josh looks retarded. Someone said, you seem like a smart kid, but stop trying to be a carbon copy of Nick J. Fuentes. It's a very different style of show if you watch both. I watch both. I'm not going to say I'm not a huge supporter of Nick Fuentes. The only thing I legitimately take from Nick, and it's not like I stole it, but it's because anyone can do this shit, but I say smash the follow button. The way he says smash the follow button instead of just saying hit the follow button, because I used to say hit the follow button. And then I would listen to Nick say smash the follow button, and I'm like, I like the sound of that. So I do take that from him. But a lot of people are like, oh, you guys both move your hands when you dude, we're both fucking Italian. You ever talk to an Italian? We all move our hands when we talk. I appreciate your comment, but it's, again, everyone takes inspiration from people that they admire and stuff like that. I definitely am a huge fan of Nick's show, as are a lot of people, and his movement and what he's about. He's one of the smartest people in the game. But again, if you watch both shows and you're like, that's a copy, it's you're fucking crazy. That's a compliment to me, if anything, because he is so much smarter than me in a lot of ways. So much more informed on a lot of topics. I didn't get red pilled until 6 fucking months ago. He's been red pilled for the last 10 years. I don't know. It's definitely not the same show. But at the same time, I'm not going to ignore the fact that I do take the smash the follow bump. How is that a carbon copy? And people, I don't know if you're maybe saying because I read the comments, it's, what's wrong with interacting with my viewers? I don't know. I appreciate you commenting. I don't necessarily agree, but I appreciate you tuning in. And what I do appreciate is that you support Nick. That's what's important. America first over everything. Supporting Nick Fuentes, supporting the America First movement, America First Foundation, and true America First policies. So if me and you disagree on everything else, at least we can agree on that, which is a win for America and a win for us. So let's go. We are going to sign off on our show today. That was our entire show. We did go over Dave Portnoy and how the guy got harassed, or how the kid is getting charged with disturbing the peace for harassing him. Not even harassing, for just saying what he thinks. And again, I don't condemn what he said, but getting arrested for it? Are you fucking kidding me? By that logic, you could arrest me for my show. By that logic, you could arrest Nick Fuentes for his show. By that logic, you should arrest the people who scream fuck you 10 times louder to that same kid for disturbing the people. That's fucking crazy. We talked about Laura Loomer. She finally said something we agree with, although her intentions aren't exactly what we agree with. But still, at least we have somebody on the Zionist side saying, let's cut the funding. Let's do it. Let's finally cut the funding. We talked about Trump rape, robbing, and looting us with these 50-year mortgages and 15-year car payment. That's fucking insane. You're going to be paying your car off for 8 years after it breaks. It's fucking insane. That shit's so crazy to me. You're gonna fucking fund your Nissan Altima, your Toyota Camry, and then you hit 120,000 miles 7 years in, and that's even a long time. But 7 years in, you hit 120,000 miles. You got to total the car because it just goes to shit, and then you still have another 8 years left on your loan. It's crazy. Gap insurance is about to go up. That's what I could tell you. That's been the entire show. Let me refresh it one more time, see if there's any more comments. No, that's it. That's been the entire show. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please remember to smash the follow button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. We'll read all the comments at the end of tomorrow's show. Remember to join our Telegram channel as well. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram. I stay active on all social media. I've been posting on my Instagram story 24/7. I'm tweeting out. I should be tweeting out more. I do get lazy about actually sending out tweets versus just reply. I send a lot of replies to tweets. I should just do more tweets. I just sometimes forget to, if I'm being honest. But I do write a lot in the Telegram channel, especially today. I was very active in the Telegram channel. Let me actually read you guys, like, I'll give you guys a little taste, a little flavor of what I'm putting in this thing. Give me a second. Let's see. Today I wrote, it is very clear that the Israeli government is ramping up their social media propaganda. My entire For You page on X has been all Hasbara bullshit. We need America to be a sovereign nation that is not tied to a terrorist state of Israel. Every post I've seen today is Zionists responding to Thomas Massey's criticisms, Miriam Adelson funding the primary against him. Americans who put America first should not have to worry about a foreigner funding a campaign against them. Our founders would never have stood for something like this. We need to become the donor class to eliminate the need for politicians to take money from these pro-Israel shills. If our government isn't going to make laws to stop Israeli citizens and shills from lobbying our politicians like political sluts, it is our duty to not only play their game, but to win it. Winning their game means becoming the donor class, getting positions on campaign staff, in the Pentagon, in the White House, DHS, CIA, VCs in Silicon Valley, educators, school boards, state reps, etc. If you want to get involved in politics, now is your time. Become influential. I'm not saying you have to run for government position, but we need people to place themselves inside our government system to make real change from the inside. The cold civil war and the conservative movement is just getting started, and it will only escalate as we get closer to the war with Iran. We need to escalate our social media presence and call out the propaganda where we see it. One thing I noticed today was Laura Loomer is calling for the United States to stop funding Israel. Some people are going to look at this and think, oh, maybe she's on our side now. We have to look at her real intentions. She spent the last week in Israel speaking with government officials and Mossad, and she realized is the United States under Trump and Vance will never allow the Greater Israel Project to happen as long as we are funding them and providing military support. Israel's end goal is to annex Gaza, make it Israel, take Lebanon, destabilize Iran, Syria, etc. We have aligned ourselves with a terrorist state for too long, and a lot of the damage is already done. Muslim countries around the world hate us because we have helped Israel destabilize the entire Middle East through U.S. intervention. Tens of thousands of Americans have died, not for American sovereignty, but for Israel's. They are not our ally and never have been. They don't care about the U.S., its citizens, or our sovereignty. They care about themselves, and it is very clear. Whenever you see this propaganda on your social media feed, ask yourself who benefits from it and what is the real reason they would post something like that. Understanding their true intentions and calling that out fast is the key to dismantling propaganda. Most politicians are nothing more than sluts. They do and say whatever they are told to by their donors. A great example of this is the attacks we're seeing on Nick Fuentes. They ignored him for years, acted like he didn't exist. The only time I heard Ben Shapiro or anyone like that mention his name was when he was asked about Nick. Now we are seeing Ben Shapiro make hour-long videos about Nick, quoting his clips out of context and trying to re-cancel him after he broke into the mainstream. Their attempts to re-cancel one of the most popular political figures will only hurt them more. We saw this with Donald Trump. They tried to misquote him and cancel him, and we saw it fail miserably for them. Trump changed the game forever when he got into politics in 2016. You cannot cancel America first. Gen Z men are tired of being raped, robbed, and looted in our nation. We can't afford homes, most college degrees are worthless, and AI is replacing us in real time. They think importing foreigners is going to fix their issues. All it does is radicalize more young men to be against the political system. For every foreigner who enters America, 5 more America First patriots are born. We will always win because we have Christ on our side. Christ is king, America first. We will accept nothing less. That's what I wrote in the Telegram. I just want to give you guys a little taste of what's in there if you guys don't know yet. Feel free to check it out. Just do the thing. I'm also in the process of trying to set up a group chat. I'm going to make it like $20 a month. I'll be active in there every day. That way, if people want to interact with me more often, ask me questions more often, they'll be able to. But we are going to sign off today. That's been the entire show. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Hope you guys have a great day, a blessed night. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday. Thank you.